if you don't mind, I would like to just go back to this sort of innovation journey that you've been on, and given your role at BXP and looking after those 180 plus buildings and 50 million square foot, and the fact that I know innovation is there as part of the DNA of BXP. There must have been some form of frustrations that you have with this sort of innovation process, and I'd like you just to sort of focus for me.
Yeah, because it's, you think about just anything that's kind of transformative, involves change management. It's really it's not about the tech. It's about behavior and people change. And so the journey is, I guess I've kind of learned through this journey, James, is like, you don't lead with the tech. You don't get enamored with the shiny object. You start with getting grounded in what the business needs, the set of requirements, and then really orchestrating, like, is there a capacity to change? Are the conditions ripe for actually executing on addressing this need? And that requires ownership within a discipline or within a group. It requires capacity, and then you have then you have sponsorship, right? Sponsorship that then says, okay, this is important. Let's start this journey that we want to go on. So when I guess earlier in my career, you do things that didn't necessarily have some of those elements. You didn't have the sponsorship. And I just have, that is a requirement now, like in how we think about, the conversations internally, that the leadership of the company is incredible, is aware, is engaged in any investments that we do or any journeys that we're about to start. So I think that.
Can I just cut in a second in terms of trying to isolate what that frustration is? I mean, is that frustration leveled at this not being about just getting on with the technology, which we'll know, it will work? It's about bringing the people, and I'm going to sort of cut that in a minute, but it's about bringing the people along on the journey of innovation is the frustration, because there's two
sorts. Well, it might be, frustration might be the wrong word. It might be the challenge, right? The challenge is getting people, number one, bought in, and then you have to go through this process of change management, right? And people change and behavior change, and staying with it. Right, staying with that journey and not losing the the end goal in mind, which is sometimes it's easy to, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to implement it, and then you have this process after that you have to stick with it. It's literally not in the trenches, but you're blocking and tackling to affect change, and that.
But you've actually you're isolating out there two different challenges, but they're interlinked around people, which is, you've got to get the buy-in in terms of enabling you to run the project in the first place, which is around that sort of executive level buy-in. And then you're talking about the buy-in and the journey that you've got to bring everybody along with you on. So, I mean, that's buy-in. I mean, that is a frustration. I mean, trying to get buy-in at different levels at different times, and everyone's at a different stage, and trying to put it all together. That's not an easy.
So again, so it's all about using different levers to affect change, and again, that's why executive sponsorship is so important. And I'm not just talking about the senior leadership, but having executive sponsors who are that can intervene, can influence, can get accountability elevated at a moment in time when you need it. So those are all kind of, again, tools that you're using to, again, move things forward to affect change, right? So.
Got it. Perfect.